right, so by now, y'all already know I am a field adjuster in the insurance industry in the property department. So with that being said, there are a lot of things that I take with me to my inspections and just pretty much on a daily to make sure that I get all the information that I need and that I stay safe while I'm out. So let's talk about it.
You in the past, I'm in the future. You mad, they don't salute you. I need a bag.
Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, my name is Keela Trishan and I make videos on lifestyle, insurance, and mental health. I also do vlogs, day in the life in the insurance industry, day in the life with a toddler, all the things. So if that's something that interests you, go on ahead and click that subscribe button below and be sure to turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything from me. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back and thank you for your support. Okay, so y'all know I'm a field adjuster. I be out going into people's houses and all that jazz, but I wanted to do something a little bit different today and just kind of show you guys essentially like what's in my adjuster bag. So what type of equipment do I use? What type of hygiene products do I bring with me, you know, after I go into these houses? And also what type of clothing do I wear? So I do have some of the stuff with me. Other things, I'll just insert a picture somewhere on the screen so you guys can know what I'm talking about. But I just kind of wanted to let you know what I use and what helps me be successful in the field. So if that's something that interests you, if you are a new field adjuster, or if you're thinking about going into the field, definitely go on ahead and stay tuned. Okay, so the first two things are going to be pretty obvious, but I just want to bring them up anyway because they are things that I bring with me every time I go inside of an inspection. But I have my work cell phone. They give us an iPhone 13. So this is where I'm going to take notes if I'm not in a position where I can take out my computer to like do the measurements and stuff like that. This is where I'm going to take my photos and I upload these photos to my computer into the estimating software. You're gonna do a lot of stuff with your phone, and then obviously like if you need to call somebody, let them know you're outside, things like that, because sometimes people will flake on you. You want to make sure that you have your phone with you at all times. And then also this is actually my work laptop. Let me turn it this way. So it's a Dell laptop. I'll probably insert the type somewhere here on the screen, but basically this is provided, and so is the phone. This is provided by the company. So I have my laptop with me at all times because the goal is to take your measurements on site, kind of do your diagrams on site, and then really create your estimate on site. So the only way you can do that is if you have your laptop. What I like to do is before I even leave the house, I have the claims that I'm inspecting. I already have those uploaded and downloaded. I kind of take a look at, you know, what the loss was, like a brief description, and just go from there. So you want to make sure that you have those two things with you at all times. Depending on your company, you may have to purchase these things, but I'm a staff adjuster, as most of you know, so these things are always provided to me. All right, so the next two items pretty much go hand in hand, but I've got my laser measurer, and then I also have my traditional tape measure. So your laser measure really is gonna be your best friend. This is gonna allow you to kind of get in and get out of these inspections quickly because you literally just turn it on, point the laser at the area that you are trying to measure, and then wait for it to load the measurement, and then you put that measurement into your program, or if you're doing it like on pen and paper, you write it down. Now, the reason why you wanna make sure that you have a traditional tape measure with you is because there are some instances where you can't necessarily bounce the laser off of whatever surface it is. The best example I can give is like a kitchen island. A lot of times it'll be hard to kind of get that. I usually will kind of stand at like the edge and point it at the floor at the edge of the island. That's how I get my measurement. But worst case scenario, if I'm feeling real snazzy and I feel like doing the extra work, I'll take out my traditional tape measure and just measure that kitchen island. Now also too, these things run on batteries. So like kind of an extra thing that you want to have with you is extra batteries just for the different types of equipment that you have. But let's say you're in a situation where you don't have extra batteries or whatever, you at least have your tape measure so you can, you know, still get those measurements. Now the issue with the tape measure is that if you are measuring like a room with kind of crazy angles, or if you're measuring a room that is super big, or like a home is super big, this can get tiring because, you know, depending on how big the house is, you might run out of tape measure. You just never know. So this is always like helpful to have, but I always recommend having both of them with you just in case. All right, so the next technical piece of equipment that you're gonna wanna have with you as a field adjuster, especially depending on what type of claim you're going to inspect, is a moisture meter. So basically what this does is it'll tell you if there is moisture present in the material. So again, I will do a video, or I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I plan on doing a video just kind of showing you guys like a sample inspection, like what I do and what I look for. But if you have a water loss, for example, and someone doesn't know if the water went into other rooms and stuff like that, because you do want to like inspect the surrounding rooms when you're looking at a loss, you kind of want to think outside of the box and think about, okay, where could this water possibly have gone? In order to do that, because sometimes you can't tell just by looking at the materials if they're not visibly wet, sometimes you will need your moisture meter to kind of determine if there is moisture present and if additional work needs to be done. This is very helpful because, especially like as the adjuster, you're going out to investigate, you're going out to see, you know, what is going on, and your pictures need to tell a story of what's happening. So when you have your moisture meter, best practice is going to be to use your phone and take a photo of the moisture that you find present if you do, or if there's no moisture, you also want to take a photo of that as well, just to show, in case the customer tries to come back and say, oh, this needs to be replaced or whatever, you have your proof saying, no, I checked my moisture meter and I didn't see no water, you know. So this is something that you're going to really want to have with you if you are a field adjuster, especially because a lot of the losses do have to do with water. So this is going to kind of be like your proof to show, hey, there's damage here, or hey, there's not damage. Okay, so the next piece of equipment that I do take with me when I'm out on inspections is, so this is from Verizon. I'm pretty sure other companies make it, but it's called a MiFi. It essentially allows you to connect to Wi-Fi, which is what you're gonna need to connect to your company system while you're out in the field. You just simply make sure it's charged, you plug it into your computer, and then when you like go to search for Wi-Fi, the name of the device should pop up, and then you're able to connect and all that good stuff. So there's two ways really you can do it. You can use your MiFi, or if you have the personal hotspot on your cell phone, you can always use that hotspot. Just kind of depends, whatever works for you, whatever you're more comfortable with. I haven't really been using this much because I've been using the Wi-Fi on my phone, or the personal hotspot, should I say. This I do like to keep with me just in case for whatever reason it's not connecting to my phone. I have this. This is handy because as a field adjuster, the expectation is that you're doing your estimates on site, or at least, you know, going out to your car, doing it, going to a coffee shop, doing your estimates, stuff like that. And if you're not, you know, at home hooked up to your home Wi-Fi or to your home Ethernet, you're gonna have to have a way to connect outside. So yeah, this is a very handy device. Again, I don't use it as often as I use my hotspot, but it's definitely good to have if you are a field adjuster. All right, so the last piece of like technical equipment, I guess, that I have is this. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what it's called. Oh, it's called an inverter. So this right here. So basically this comes in handy if your laptop is like low power, or like, you know, if you're running out of juice. So say you've had a long day of inspections and, you know, your computer was charged in the beginning when you first went out into the field, but now it's starting to lose juice. So this, it has a little plug that you plug into the cigarette lighter, and it will give you power. So you just like plug it in, you turn it on, it has like the on and off button on the back of it. And then you take the plug that you use for your laptop, plug that in, and then plug that plug into your laptop, and it will give you power. So it allows you to kind of charge your laptop. Now, I use this two ways. I don't always write estimates in my car, just kind of depending on where I'm at, like, you know, if it's not safe and stuff. I'm not really a big fan of sitting in my car, but if I am sitting in my car for like a, you know, a small period of time, I will use this so I can make sure that I have enough juice on my computer to do what I need to do. Because the worst thing is for your computer to run out of battery while you are in the middle of something. The most annoying shit ever. That, and then also if I know my computer is low battery and I'm driving, I'll sometimes just have it plugged in while I'm driving, so by the time I get to my destination, you know, it's charged and good to go. So this is something to have, especially if you know, write your estimates in the car, or if you write your estimates you know, at coffee shops and stuff like that. It's good to have this on the go, because if you're going to be out all day and you don't have access to a plug, your car will be your best friend. One more thing about this. So this is actually my personal one. My husband bought this for me when I was working in the field at my previous job, but I did actually get one of these from the job that was provided to me. So some of these things aren't just like provided to you off the bat. Like sometimes you have to ask for them, like the things outside of like the tape measure, measuring tape, motion meter, stuff like that. So sometimes you have to ask for these things, but I did have one there. And like I said, this is my personal one. So this particular job has not given me one, but it's okay because I have this. So something to ask if you work for, you know, a company, ask if they provide these. If not, you can get them on Amazon. I'm not sure how much, but I will find out and put it in the comments for you. All right, you guys, so let's move on to the hygiene items that I have with me whenever I go out and inspect. So the first thing that I have, and you know, pretty self-explanatory, is I have a hand sanitizer. This is it's a foaming hand sanitizer that I got from Target. It's like a little travel size one, but I just keep this with me because whenever I leave someone's house, I always will put on some hand sanitizer, depending on what I'm touching, depending on what's going on, especially if I shake hands. A lot of people aren't shaking hands these days, but typically for me, I don't necessarily refuse to shake hands if somebody wants to shake my hand, just to prevent that awkward moment, but I'm very cognizant of it, and I make sure I use hand sanitizer when I get back to my vehicle. So just something that you want to keep with you, especially, you know, in times of germs and, you know, y'all know what's going on. Make sure you have some hand sanitizer with you. Also, along the same lines of like sanitizer, I make sure that I also have wet wipes. So right now I have these. I have a couple packs, but this particular one is a tropical splash. I just thought it was a cool little scent, you know, to have. But basically, I like to use these, especially if I'm on the run and I'm eating in my car. I like hand sanitizer, but then I want to have something to wipe my hands if I don't have access to soap and water to like actually wash my hands. So I will keep some wet ones. I also have like a pack of Clorox wipes, which again, I'll put like a little picture of it here because I don't have it in front of me. But I'll use Clorox wipes to like wipe down surfaces, wipe down my computer if I had to set it on a surface, something like that, you know. So yeah, you want to make sure that you have some sanitizing wipes with you for your hands and for surfaces. Okay, also what I like to carry with me is Lysol spray. Again, don't have it, but I'll insert a picture. That is helpful for me, especially if I leave a place that was really dirty. I like to spray my shoes with that Lysol spray. You know, just to make sure that if there are any germs in my shoes, I'm not tracking it into my car or home. And, you know, again, I'll use that like for my backpack. Like if I had to sit my backpack down for whatever reason, I might spray the bottom of the backpack, you know, to just make sure I disinfect it and stuff. But that is something that you want to have with you, especially when you're going into the public and when you are going into people's homes. That Lysol spray can be a germ saver. All right, so last but not least, it kind of depends on where you live and how comfortable you are, what the laws are and all that good stuff, but mask, honey, mask. So these are actually some ones that my mom gave me, but I typically have the black ones that I get off of Amazon. I'm sure y'all have seen those, whatever, but basically I make it a habit, even though the restrictions are a little bit lifted here in SoCal. They kind of go back and forth depending on what county you live in. But for me personally, I still make sure that I'm wearing a mask when I go into people's homes. And I do it twofold. It's to protect myself, but it's also to protect them. You know, especially when you go inside of like an elderly person's home and stuff like that. So out of respect, because I don't know what your views are. I don't know what y'all got going on. So I just make sure I come in with a mask. Now, if I'm doing an inspection outside, like if I'm looking at siding or if I'm looking at, you know, something having to do with the foundation, if I'm looking at things like that and I'm going to be outside that's like well ventilated and I'm not going to be inside, I likely won't have on my mask, especially if I'm just by myself and nobody's around me. But if I'm inside of a closed space, inside of someone's home, I'm definitely wearing my mask. So just something that you want to keep in mind depending on where you live. I keep a pack in my car, so I'm never without. I don't forget them because they're literally in my the little center console. So yeah, consider having some masks with you. All right, you guys, so the next thing I want to discuss is the clothing that I wear. So I'm very simple with the clothes, right? You guys have basically seen the outfits that I wear when you watch my like day in the life videos. I have a black basic t-shirt and I have a white basic t-shirt, and they're the same shirt, okay? The way I look at it is like if I'm filming, I'll make sure I wear one of those basic shirts because it doesn't have my company logo. When I am wearing, like, if you've seen like me have a sweater over like an electric blue shirt, that's like my like uniform shirt. I have 4 of those. I don't know why I only have electric blue. I think that was all that was available at the time. So yeah, I have those electric blue shirts. I also have 2 like company logo sweaters that I switch between. It's like summertime right now, so I don't always need those. But yeah, so I have those 2 basic shirts for the days. If I'm gonna be wearing one of the sweaters, I don't feel the need in, you know, doing overkill and wearing the uniform shirt. So I'll insert photos of those shirts here. So I have the black basic one that I have. It's like a crew neck that I got from Boohoo. And I wear the crew neck specifically because I have a tattoo here. So just, you know, to be a little more professional, although if I'm wearing a shirt that shows it, oh well. But I try to, you know, at least think about it. So I have the black basic shirt, and then the white basic shirt that I have is also a crew neck, and that one is just like a Skims set that I got, that I just wear the shirt, you know, depending on what I have going on. Also, I have 2 pairs, or not 2 pairs. I have 2 pairs of of two types of pants. So I've got these like longer pants. They're like Amazon like yoga slacks. So I'll insert a photo here somewhere. But basically these are the most comfortable pants ever. They look professional. They look like slacks from the outside, but when you actually put them on, they feel like yoga pants. Like if I wanted to, I could work out in those pants because they are just that comfortable. They're very stretchy. Like if I need to, you know, get on my hands and knees to measure baseboards or whatever, I am able to do that because these pants are very stretchy. Now I have another pair of pants. Again, same pants, but I have like two different colors. So I've got like tan and black. These are some pants that I got from Target, and they're kind of like ankle pants. So they're perfect for like when it's a little warmer outside. I don't wear shorts to my inspection, so you know, I just gotta wear them ankle pants. But basically they're like slacks as well. Very stretchy, and they have a zipper on the side. I'm gonna try to find a photo of them on the Target website. If not, I'll just take a picture and show you the actual pants. But yeah, so I have those. I stick with like neutral colors because again, I have an electric blue like work shirt. So if I need to wear it together, I can pair it with like the tan or the black. And then if I need to wear a sweater over it, it's either gonna be the company logo sweaters that I have, or I have plenty of like long cardigans that I can wear, or you know, things like that. So yeah, so those are gonna be like kind of what I wear top and bottom. And then lastly, I've got my trusty pair of black Huaraches. So you want to wear comfortable shoes, especially if you're one that's like climbing on a roof, or that is, you know, walking through. You just never know what you're gonna be walking through, right? So if you're walking through, like, let's say a backyard that has like tricky terrain, like, you know, grass hasn't necessarily been cut, or there's, you know, things that you can't see, you want to make sure that you have on like some sturdy shoes. Me personally, I like to wear my Huaraches because I feel like they're thick enough to where, you know, if there was some type of like insect or something like that, it's not going to easily be able to get on my shoes. I might be able to see it before it actually gets on my shoes, and then they go with everything. So I'm sure most of you guys know what black Huaraches look like, but I'll insert a picture anyway. So yeah, basically my uniform for work is going to be my basic t-shirt or my uniform shirt, depending on what day it is. I'll have on my stretchy pants, whether that be the ankle pants or the little bit longer pants, and then I have my black Huaraches. So that's how I go out here in these streets. We good to go and we comfortable. All right, you guys, so that is all that I have for today. If you have any questions on any of the equipment that I showed, if you know, just kind of want to know, is this company provided? Is it something I have to buy myself? Definitely let me know. I will try to put prices for things in the comments, or I'm sorry, in the description box, in case it's something that you want to buy for yourself. If you're in a situation where you have to get your own equipment, I can at least kind of give you an idea of the pricing it was for the things that I have. And yeah, if you're an adjuster and there are other things that you use that I didn't mention, definitely go on ahead and leave it in the comments. This is not an exclusive or all-inclusive list, should I say. This is just the things that I use on a daily basis. So I've got other equipment, but I don't use it all the time. Like for example, there's like this, it's a knife basically where you can like cut out samples of carpet, or, you know, samples of whatever type of material you need an actual sample for. I don't really use that because typically my vendors will do it for me. So I just don't see the need in carrying it with me, but it's something that is available, like if you want to use that. So yeah, definitely give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful. The thumbs up really helps with the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate y'all for watching. If you have not subscribed, definitely go on ahead and click the subscribe button below. Be sure to turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything from me. And with that being said, you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.
You mad that they don't salute you? I need a bag, size is super. They turned your bag, it's like I never knew you. Leader, a leader.